Hey YouTubers, Krista here,
Hey guys.
and Daniel. He isn't going to say it, so I'm going to say it for him. We're going to give everyone a few minutes to get in here, and I'm just to pull up everyone's comments.
Do we make it private or do we make public?
No, it's not private.
Okay.
We got one viewer.
Okay, we got one viewer. Hey.
So, awesomeness. Is your Wi-Fi off?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, 14 viewers.
All right. I'm ready to get this ball rolling. Hi, Kitty's Homestead. Hi, The Addicted Prepper, Part Family, Home Place Journal, Patrick, Christine, Wendy, Joyce, Oli, Angel, Asher, Teresa, Uncle KK. I love that. Everyone calls me Aunt KK, so that's cool. Always New Times, Brenda, Minuteman, Secret, Butterfly, Jay, Old Ways, Rain Country, and Angel.
Hey everybody. We got a good show today. We got a list. It's a small list this time.
Hey Lisa and Arnie and Doc. Okie dokie. So, but when I want to give a few more minutes, let everyone get in here and tell y'all the Homestead Network schedule. If you're new here and so on and so forth. So after us tonight, there's a new one from 10 to 11 Eastern time, 9 to 10 our time. Carolina Preppers on. Tomorrow night we have the off-grid kid from 5:30 to 6. From 6 to 7 we have 46 degrees off-grid north off-grid, and 7 to 8 we have Big Bear Homestead. From 8 to 9 Living on a Dime. From 9 to 10 Deep South Homestead. 10 to 11 an American Homestead. And then Sunday, that was tomorrow, and then Sunday we have 6 to 7 Ottoman Farms, 7 to 8 Big Family Homestead, 8 to 9 Off-Grid Nation, 9 to 10 we have someone new. He's actually been to our homestead before,
Yeah.
J&J Acres, 10 and 11 Homesteadonomics, and then Monday night and Wednesday and Thursday's new.
Monday day.
Yep. 12 to 1 J&S Farms is new. She has an awesome channel. I absolutely love it. Me and her are so much alike. 8 to 9 Freedom Acres. 9 to 10 Essential Oil Chat with Robin at Big Bear Homestead. Awesome. And then Wednesday night, 9 a.m. to 10, we have Aquaponics with Dan and me occasionally. Most of the time I'll be in here reading comments, but we'll elaborate on that a bit more in a moment.
Okay.
Thursday night, we have Tech Talk with Brad at Big Family Homestead from 8 to 9. And 9 to 10, we have Grandpa's Farm.
And I learned something from Brad's Tech Talk last night.
I'm sure y'all can tell.
If you haven't noticed the thumbnail that's up on our video of the day, I did my first thumbnail, and you know I'm pretty proud of it. Y'all let me know what you think, but I know everything's got improvement. But that was our first thumbnail that we've actually planned for, and I edited, and you know, so it was
Hey, Krista at Big Family Homestead. Hey, Home Place Journal, Timothy Walker, Cynthia, Teresa. Oh, cool. All right. So let's get started. today was day 3 of our collaboration, which is the same day that he learned how to do our thumbnail. Thanks, Brad, at Big Family Homestead.
Yes, thank
And
you.
it was absolutely awesome. Anna was actually clicking the camera for us. She clicked it like, I don't know how many times. We had tons of pictures
Yeah,
to choose from.
tons of them. But
So it was just cool to look at them all. And yeah, if y'all haven't went over and checked out everyone's videos, y'all should do that.
a lot of great tips that are out there. I mean, it's I some I never even thought of as being a tip. Like, wow, that's a good idea. Wow, that's great. And it's quite surprising what tips there are. So go check out everybody's videos, and if you're not subscribed to them, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because
they're awesome.
We're a community here, and
Mhm.
What if you don't like somebody's channel, something, you're like, well, their videos are kind of you know he could be like the uncle that that drinks every time he comes over for Thanksgiving dinner or something. You love him, but you kind of watch how much he drinks. But you should subscribe to him anyway, because we're all community here. We're all family. We're all joined together. We've made some outrageous, great friends through this network and through the YouTube. We are excited. We have somebody to talk to. Hey guys, this is awesome. If you ask me, we we have people emailing us now. We have people to talk to on the phone. If we have any questions, we'll call. We have a big old list now that we can call and ask questions, and that's all about this community.
That's crucial for community, yeah. And I also want to get a P.O. box. We haven't got a P.O. box yet, but I like to get a P.O. box just because I like, I like your handwritten letters. They're just a joy for me. I mean, they're just one of my favorite things. Handwritten letters are a treasure, in my opinion. And hi, big family. Not big family. Hey, y'all too. But hey, Deep South Homestead. The moderators, they changed up going on YouTube Live this week, and I didn't see where we took a picture. We were gonna add a thumbnail to this live stream, but we couldn't figure it out because it just completely looks different this week than what it's been looking like the past month. So I'm gonna have to play around with it. Actually, I noticed it today when we went to do our day 3 collaboration.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was this. This is notes, and this is just one of the pages, and this is actually out of Krista's book that she's writing, and so where we're getting this information is from her brain. So, oh, sorry.
Well, I'm a notebook person, y'all.
Yeah.
I can't. What I'm trying to say sometimes, to me, anyways, when I go back and I rewatch it, isn't come close to what I write down on paper. So if I have the paper in front of me and I can look down at it, then it's like it clicks,
Yeah, Brad's tip yesterday about a journal, even though Krista's already been doing it, it's essential tip, because we use her journal every week. We're looking at her journal, her notebook, and all that. So
and hearing everyone talk about these journals and everything, it just makes me go more in depth, in detail, and it just really holds my interest. Because granted, I journal, but I'm always looking for more things to add to it. I'm looking for ways to organize it, and this and that. There's a tons of things that are important on the homestead, but for me, the most important thing is keeping up with your information. How this did one year, where we planted this, where we planted that, what insect problems we had, what fruit tree problems we had, and the list just goes on. What we had problems with our chickens, how many did we get this year?
How many eggs we're getting during the season? So
yeah, so it is amazing to hear everyone else's opinion, and there's a lot of learning to do, before you start a homestead, but I started it after we were already married, and he already had somewhat of a homestead. So, um, I guess you could learn it before or after. For me, it's a lot more complicated to go in to a already existing
She took the
homestead.
list away from me.
Yeah, and I'm off subject, but to me, it's a lot harder to go into an existing homestead.
Y'all
and
heard
learn
that?
all the
Y'all
skills.
heard that? She's off subject, off the list. So
Well, I don't know how I got on
it's
the
on
subject.
tape.
Anyway, so don't make me lose my train of thought, please.
She's off subject. So I didn't do it. She did it. She just went off on her own rabbit trail.
Yeah, but it's a good rabbit trail, so let me
Yeah.
stay on
Okay.
it.
I'm sorry.
I'll drink. Anyway, it was a lot harder for me.
My ice from this morning.
He's interrupted me. It was a lot harder for me. So this is my opinion, coming in and having to learn all these skills. I felt very overwhelmed. That had a lot to do with our video today. I felt really overwhelmed. I was trying to learn a ton of things. I felt like there was just tons of things to do. So yeah, we continue to learn. I'm continuing to learn. I think that homesteading is a continuous learning process.
I agree.
And
even me, I've been doing it 20 years and I'm still learning every day.
There's always a new skill to pick up. There's always more in depth and detail. None of us are perfect, and so it's an everyday practice. And
I know we said yesterday and today about
community is huge.
Community, but about classes and learning and stuff. I still go take classes on different things. I'm a student homesteader, and that's why I consider myself as a student homesteader. So just like a student of the Bible, I'm a student of the Bible. I don't claim to know everything about it, but
we're still stewards and we're still students. And everyone's gonna fall down. Everyone's gonna make mistakes. And some things may feel intimidated when you first get started into them, but that's where the community comes in. You go over to a friend's house, you go over to a meeting, a class, and you get one-on-one, and it's in that one-on-one and the research that you're doing at home, and then your friends that make you feel comfortable in doing, the skills that you're trying to learn. Like milking goats, for instance, or milking a cow, or so on and so forth. Treating mites or lice with chickens, or the list just goes on. Canning, I could just
you could go exponentially through there. So
yeah, but it's all a hobby. It's love, and it's passion about what you're doing. And you've got to find the middleman to roll in with the punches and not overwhelming yourself, because we've both done it to ourselves.
You want to check for comments real quick for questions? Yeah. She hasn't checked for questions. I've been seeing them come over there, so. But yeah, she's right. We're loving this collaboration. The first 5 tips. We're still learning too, and we're learning from everybody. Things you wouldn't think. So.
I love that Palmetto paratrooper. CC, the Ice Bumblebee Homestead, Bumblebee Junction said.
I did that just for you, Bumblebee. I know he was picking on me about this cup. I know y'all have had this technology for a while, but we hardly ever leave. We don't go out much. I mean, we do. I saw a video on this, and they were doing a comparison. I was thinking, that could be a homestead requirement, because ice is limited quantity here, really, and especially where we're at in the South. And now ice lasts me all day and all night. I wake up in the morning, I'll have an ice cold drink in the morning in my cup.
But he don't drink it. I do. Yeah. He drinks the coffee.
Yeah, I'll drink some coffee,
first I start off with a whole glass of water, because if I don't, my whole day is messed up. And Doug
Yeah.
and Stacy's good to start. They have a good video on that. Arnie Hancock says, Goforgreenliving, don't y'all have mild winters down there?
What do you mean mild? I mean, it's humidity. I don't know if you know that, but humidity makes it hotter and humidity makes it colder. So we are very high humidity. So true, it might, we get years where it's only got down to 5 degrees. For here, we had one year that it got like 5 degrees and it snowed, and
I remember 8 degrees.
8 degrees. And when it snows here, everything shuts down. I mean, down here, I mean, nobody's got snow tires. We might get it once every 3 or 4 years. So
Suburban Hillbilly says, aren't you burning up in that sweater? It's actually very lightweight. It's like a t-shirt sort of thing. So I don't know.
She wanted to look pretty for y'all.
No, I get tired of wearing just t-shirts. So what did I do today? Oh, homeschool.
Yeah, homeschool all day. So
yeah, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about homeschool. There's so much I need to learn, and that's why I want to learn watching you guys help us so much. Amber Rivers. Thank you, Amber Rivers, for your comment being in all caps. I want to make the statement I forgot to earlier. If anyone has questions or comments, will you please put them in all caps, because I'm reading it on my phone and it's very difficult. I'm having to hold it in my hand right now. So thank everyone in advance. Now, I was going to talk about homeschool. Homeschool, we've been in for about 2 weeks now, and as everyone knows, I'm using Time for Learning and Education.com. What is the brand of the cup? Murr says. Murray.
Walmart.
Walmart.
We got it.
Ozark Mountain.
Ozark Mountain. That's it. Yeah. It's not a Yeti or anything, but Yeti and the other expensive one. This one I paid $9 for, and it lasted 50 hours in direct sunlight with the same ice in it, and there was still ice in it. And the Yeti and every other one was melted. So.
Okay, so homeschool. We've been homeschooling for about 2 weeks now, and guys, it has been, I said I was going to do it in the morning, but it hasn't worked out that way. I do my chores in the morning time, and if we have to run to town or anything, that's what we do, because we've been trying to help our neighbors in our community. So we try to get that done in the morning, and then in the evening I homeschool. Anna wakes up late anyway. She's in a growth spurt, so she's sleeping late. But it's taken me 4 to 5 hours. Time for Learning is kind of a very complex curriculum, but today I discovered that their math curriculum is all out of whack for first grade. She is doing kindergarten math, which she enjoys, for review, and then she's doing first grade math, and then we're reviewing kindergarten phonics with first grade language, because I'm taking my time and I'm going slowly with her. I'm only doing it as she is ready, but some of the stuff like the kindergarten phonics and the math she really enjoys, but the first grade, she's struggling with. So that's kind of where we're at. But it's been really frustrating. It's been taking us 4 to 5 hours, which I don't have a problem with. What I do have a problem with is Anna's, I don't know what it is with math. I've tried with her math. She's struggling. I've tried putting the colored filters over her worksheet. Like right now, she's learning greater than and lesser than. Like what comes before 48 and what comes after 50, and then say from 50 to 55, what's in the middle. And she can count 1 to 100 perfectly, and you can start her at 26 and she can count, or you can start her at 58 and she can count. But for some reason she's not grasping this concept. So today I look back at math first grade, and they go through a number sequence where, they're like, it's totally different. It's completely should have been before the lesson she's at. They have a place where they'll make your lesson plans, and, you just go off and check them off. And this is what it said she was supposed to be doing at the beginning of the year, and it just doesn't match up. So I've got to pull up some stuff and figure out what kind of order we need to go in, because it's not in order.
I had to swap the order right there because she's veered off again.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
We talked about that. We talked about that, and now that.
we skipped the homeschool. So
No, we're talking about homeschool now.
it's not just me.
We're talking about homeschool now.
I know, but we skipped my live stream show.
Well,
and
we kind of sort of covered that.
She said we will talk about that later, and she went on to this. So it's not just me that doesn't stick to it.
But at the conclusion of homeschool, I'm loving it. I'm loving homeschooling Anna. I'm loving the curriculum that we're using. It's great, and she is learning. This week, all her language arts is about pollution, and there's tons of stories. We've read the Berenstain Bears. We've read 2 other books on pollution, and she's really learning from it. She's really learning from the math. Today, I actually think we had a breakthrough. However, this week, I like to do my lesson plans a week ahead of time, and Daniel and I encountered a problem. Our printer ran out of the yellow ink. So toner. Yellow
we have a laser
toner.
printer.
And so it wouldn't even print black and white. It said it would print black and white, but it wouldn't. So we had to go to the library. And it was so funny, y'all. It took me like 5 minutes to print out all 60, 70 pages of Anna's curriculum this week. And a little bit of next week. And we got up there, and that woman was like, "Did you know you was printing all this?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'd already calculated it before I came in here. And it came up to $19, but the whole reason we went to it was 25 cents a page. But we really didn't have a choice. I didn't want to keep her out of school all week.
Mm-hmm.
And we called Office Max to see how much the toner for our printer would be, and they said $250. And I was like, no way. And we looked up on Amazon or eBay. We found
4 packs.
4 packs of 4 ink cartridges for $34.
Toner
Cartridges for this printer. And they were wanting $250. So we ordered it, but it won't be here till Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And this was Monday. So that's why we went to the library.
All caps.
Put numbers on the ground and have her jump from one to the other in order. Good idea, Family Roots Farm. Take her to the DS and let her count sweet potatoes. Yes. Awesome. What curriculum is that? What are you using? Krista, I'm using the Time for Learning. It's www.timeforlearning.com. And when you get on there, they have the lesson plans and they have the worksheets and the guides and everything for each individual subject. And the good thing about this is if they're ahead, you can go ahead. But if they're a little bit behind or struggling, you can go back. And you can print them lesson plans and them worksheets as well. It gives her tests, it grades each lesson. And then after she's done for her lesson today, they have a thing they call the playground. And it's other little learning games. I really don't like the Time for Learning games. I think that they learn more on education.com. They have the interactive books, and she absolutely is adoring those.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the games like the greater than, the lesser than, the phonics. So once she finishes her lessons, and I'll let her do her worksheets, because I feel like the computer work and the hands-on work is what's causing it to click for her. But if I don't have those worksheets and I'm only letting her do the internet work, she's not comprehending everything. So after we finished all that, I let her go on education.com, and she doesn't know the difference. She enjoys that. I'm not sure what they call their curriculum. Let me go grab my notebook. I'll be right back. Notebooks.
Notebooks. Yeah. All right, so she's gonna grab her notebooks, and she is prepared. I mean, she is tackling this.
I have to stay organized, y'all. Like, I have the curriculum for the week on the front, and then I have all the work separated in file folders. Like, let's pull up one of them. Like, here's my curriculum for language arts extensions, and then as I turn the pages, this is the curriculum overview, and then I have day 1 through 5, the worksheets and the stories that she's supposed to be doing. And then I use these for the vocabulary words. I just write on them with a dry erase marker. Like today we're on day 3, but for this specific curriculum, I'm trying to, it says Conscious Learning, Krista from Big Family Homestead, at the bottom of her language arts extension.
What's up, Doug?
Hey, Doug and Stacy. Use sandpaper letters. The texture from tracing helps with dyslexia. Thank you, Family Roots Farm. Let me write that down. Lesson Pathways is a free and great site.
Yeah, I wish we could keep the comments in our videos, because like she gets to read over them briefly, but I never get to see them. When the live stream's over, they're gone. So I wish there was a way of doing that.
Okay, so I was in deep thought.
Okay, she's in deep thought.
I was in deep thought. Thank you, Family
You see
Roots.
the smoke?
Anyway, again, okay, so something else today. Where's my notes? This is language arts first grade. I don't get this. Okay, so Tuesday she was working on M, R, H, S, D, and T, and short vowel A. She had to know the first sound and the last sound of a word. She had to find the words ram, ham, and hat. And basically what they would do is they would say them for her, and then she would have to find them. And then mop, red, sun, apple, hug, dog, and 10. She had to find the word and match it to a picture, and then make the word. What I'm not getting is, I thought she did well, but on their grading site she made like a 68. And she's struggling with that. And then today they completely changed it up. She's learning P, Z, K, Q, U,
Wait 1 second.
I, and IT.
Kitty, she does it from her phone. We can't pull up the chat on the computer, or we would do that. She tried to do that several times before, and I was just like, oh well. Well, we had a great donation come for Anna. We had 2 computers, and before that.
Oh yes, I forgot to tell you about this.
And they weren't working computers. They were one of them was an antique. It was an older Dell. It had its own monitor and own power cord and all that kind of stuff.
We had bought it from the thrift store.
Yeah, we bought it from the thrift store. And the other one was a computer somebody had gave us.
A laptop.
And it worked, but it overheated.
It overheated, and the power cord. Our friend David said the power cord
needed a new power cord.
Needed a new power cord, and then the guy that we actually traded with knew exactly what was wrong with it, and actually said when the computer came out there was a recall on it. Yeah. So we traded him 2 bad computers for a homeschool curriculum, so that we can work on YouTube on this, and then she can do her schoolwork on her and I. She doesn't do her schoolwork alone, whether it's on the computer or whether it's off the computer, because I'm constantly making notes. Mm-hmm. And
it wasn't homeschool curriculum. She got a computer, a whole computer.
But it was for her homeschool curriculum.
Yeah, it's for her homeschool.
Because a lot of it, the games, and then the other tests and the lessons and stuff like that is on time for learning. But I would say overall, Anna doesn't spend maybe an hour and a half doing her lessons each day on the computer. Most of our time is spent on worksheets. And what she doesn't do on worksheets is done on education.com. So I really try to keep her into school, because if I don't, if I give her too much free time, with her struggling like this, she's like, okay, I want to stay playing with my babies. I want to stay over at Nana's. You know, she gets into what she's doing and she doesn't want to move. And I'm doing a whole lot of talking tonight, so
Yeah.
I'm not finished though. Going back to the dyslexia, I overcame dyslexia by refusing to accept it. I wish Anna, you know, Anna's so young. But right now she is struggling with her dyslexia. You know, she had gotten better, but then we gave her that month off. Daddy gave her that month off for her birthday, and now she's getting her fives backwards. What else did she get backwards today?
She wrote new backwards, totally backwards.
Yeah, she wrote for cow, moo, she wrote it OOM. And that just completely blew me away. But she started writing her 9 backwards and her 5 and some other stuff. So yeah, she is still having, you know, I thought it was getting better, and it was. So I'm gonna have to do some journaling with her, some writing, vocabulary, and spelling. I found another spelling website. I don't have a spelling curriculum, and this curriculum, Time for Learning, in the lessons, you know, it kind of covers spelling, but it doesn't cover it to the point that I think she needs. Granted, she's still learning phonics, but I feel that, you know, she knows to read left to right. She knows, you know, all this stuff. I feel like I don't know, I feel like some spelling stuff could help her.
All right, let's move on
and
to the next subject.
Suburban Hillbilly, she is right-handed. And Chris at Big Family, she is 7. Our friend homeschooled her 4 dyslexic kids. Inspiring. Bless you guys, Steve. Thank you so much. All
right, we're gonna switch subjects right now because we still got more on the list, and some of these are mine this time. So, but she's been working hard on homeschooling, and gotta give her kudos for that, because
it's really been, guys, this last week, I went to Dollar Tree. I got everything to get me organized, because I knew I had to have the worksheets and the lesson plans on top of the lessons on the computer. And I just don't function if I just had it, you know, I don't know. I had to have separate binders and dividers and all that stuff. But I don't know. Learning, I know better how Anna learns, but with the math and the phonics,
we need more
trying the different ways.
Curriculum.
Well, it's just trying to find what works best for her, and taking different strategies. Like I'm having to hit this hard with a whole bunch of different strategies, because I want so desperately for her to get it, because she is getting a lot. She is learning a lot. I can tell she's learning a lot. But then I feel like she could be getting so much more that she's not getting.
All right. Well, the last few days we were talking about time and patience and all that. Today, patience is, you know, the key, and you know, it's one of the greatest homesteading tools you'll ever have is patience, because you have to wait for a garden to grow. You have to wait for a seed to germinate. So that's why we did our tip on time today. But the last few days, I hadn't been able to work at the homestead, and that's like, oh, you know, I hate that. But I've been helping somebody, and you know, unexpectedly helping somebody for the last few days, and it's hard labor, you know. So it was I don't know, it was only like 95 today, but man, I was just like, just like a waterfall pouring sweat today. So I was trying to stay hydrated. But that's enough about the heat. But I wanted to talk about that patience and time and all that. Uh, I love the topic today because patience is the most important thing, I think. Well, not in our tips, but because I always have to wait for projects. But anyway, my new aquaponics morning show. I hope everybody wakes up and comes and watches my new aquaponics show. I'm gonna have I have a lot of shows lined up. What I have planned for the next show this Wednesday coming up is aquaponics on a budget, and we might start building an aquaponics system. So everybody that wants to, a single barrel aquaponics system, go ahead and get you a food grade 55-gallon drum. Excuse me. And we'll start building one. And and it'll probably be, well, I hate to even say it, but it'd probably be P-ponics to get the system started. I mean, I don't want to. It's we live on solar, so we're low on power. So I don't want to run aerator and all that for a single fish inside one 55-gallon drum to run one little grow bed that's only it has about 2.5 square feet of grow space. True, I could grow a lot in there with that much grow space. You can grow about a 5-foot by 5-foot area in the ground. So, but it is a lot, but it's a lot of power. What?
Teresa Dean said, Krista, have you got online on how to help teach a child who has dyslexia? I've done a little bit of research. My main concentration was on phonics, and I found one book that I kind of want to get off. It's on my Amazon wish list, and I kind of want to get it. Daniel wants me to give this probably 2 more months at least and see if their phonics is going to work. But I've done a lot of reviews and a lot of research on this book. It's called The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. And it's had some very good reviews with dyslexic children. And as far as her math, I've tried putting different color sheets on. I've gave her the number chart, and I've covered, like they ask what's 47 to 52. I cover everything above that and below and beside, and try to get her to figure it out. I've got to do some more research on math, but if she's not clicking this with reading, I think that that's the way I might lean to.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of comments go by, so she's...
Home Place Journal, is that a website or a book?
Hey, Home Place Journal.
Hey, Home Place Journal. Sorry. .com. Okay, let me write that down. I'm going to have notes in my...
Notes on her list.
Well, in my school books and on this favor. I'm new. Are y'all from Kentucky? Troy Mullins, we are from Alabama. Nessie is good for dyslexia. Free site also dyslexia game. Awesome. Y'all are so awesome. Thank y'all.
See the community that's forming here?
I need this,
it's a big family.
Y'all.
We're going to have a get-together. So everybody plan on meeting up. We're going to all meet up in one place and have a big feast, so I'm going to organize something, and if you can make it to this thing, you can make it. If not, there'll be plenty of videos, but I think everybody should meet and see that we're one big family now. So she's writing down all these.
Sorry guys, I'm sorry. I want to get these comments about dyslexia. I don't want to lose them.
So y'all tune into my show on Wednesday morning at 9 Eastern Standard Time and 8 o'clock Central. Last week I tried it at 9 o'clock Central, and I was just pouring down sweat. I was soaking wet when I come in there. I had to had to change clothes. Even for 30 minutes, it was just that hot in there. The plastic is, y'all seen it's ripped across the top. Now it's not pulling a circulation through there like, through the vents and all that. So now it's really getting hot in there. But I'll be fine in the early morning. And we'll build a aquaponics on a budget. And that's all we are, is a budget.
Grandma's Homestead, I'm not sure. I would love for someone to cut and paste the comments and email. That would be email them, sorry y'all. That would be such a big help.
Oh, she's very nice.
The Watch Nest Monster Palmetto Paratrooper teaches dyslexic kids.
All right, what's our next topic right now?
All right, you covered that. The sawmill.
Sawmill. Oh, okay. The sawmill. He's cutting the lumber now. He's cutting all the lumber we need for the addition, and I'm gonna do some oak work around the outside of the tiny house. I know you can't see, but on the outside of here is, there's this board, and then there's insulation, and then there's just plastic. So we're living in a house with this black plastic on the outside. So we're gonna go board and batter with oak boards, white oak, and that breaks down a single cell at a time, so I can put it up there and it'll last longer than this house ever thought about lasting.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the outside, but the inside's gonna be all pine, right?
No, we're gonna do oak on the inside too. We're gonna completely. It's just gonna be oak on the outside. Then here I got a router table. I'm gonna router a tongue and groove and put all oak on the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor. Might be too much oak, but it's all different patterns, all different size boards. So I think it'll be incredible. So.
Okay, so
over the next week, I'll be picking up lumber. We have a tractor trailer load of
thank you, Kitty's Homestead.
We have a tractor trailer load of wood chips. He's going to be loading it up in the beginning of next week, and we're going to make a place for it. And a tractor trailer load. I don't know if y'all know, it's a dump truck hauls like 22 tons or something like that. This is a tractor trailer load dump truck, that's like 55 tons. So.
And we've really been blessed with this sawmill. They have really blessed us on their pricing.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to use as much sawmill wood as possible. And finally, hopefully my Back to Eden garden is going to come true. Green Gable Homestead, yes, I just wrote your comment down. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we love the family here.
Yes, absolutely. We love y'all.
She's still writing.
Yes, I'm still writing.
See,
Sorry.
we're still students, and we're learning from each other, and this is the way it should be. I mean, in this day and age, while we still can, we need to absorb up as much information as you can from everybody else. I know I'm good about. I could say, well, I tried it that way 20 different times.
Oh, goodness. Bumblebee Johnson says, I believe the correct term is buttload of wood chips. You won't believe I told him. I said, we need a second load of those wood chips.
Yeah, and it'll cover our whole property probably in about, I don't know how much it'll do, but.
Not in my opinion. I have everything mapped out. I'm a visual person when it comes to, planting everything, at least our homestead, our 1 acre homestead. And I think that the greenhouse and the garden behind the greenhouse is going to take all them wood chips for that Back to Eden garden. So I told him we need a little bit more for our fruit trees, but we'll see. It's just a kind of let's see which one's right,
Yeah. Well, it's a lot.
It's a future.
I mean, it's
But he's seeing it all in that thing. You know, he ain't seeing them poured out on the ground.
Well, and she doesn't even know it's going to be half the size. Well, not half the size, a quarter of the size of our greenhouse. You know, probably.
It isn't that big.
Yes, it is. It's a tractor trailer load.
I saw the tractor trailer load.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is
We'll
is
see
it
when.
bigger than what I saw you showed me?
No, it's that, but they overflow it and then they take a tarp and they cover it up. So it'll be.
Well, we might have enough. We'll see.
It's a lot, and plus, and this is awesome because our chainsaw is tore up. The bar is I don't know, the grooves got, I don't know, it's cheap chainsaw.
I thought the chain just needed to go back on.
No, it keeps falling off. It's the bar, the groove for, we need a new bar. But this is like our 7th or 8th chainsaw. But anyway, he told me that he would just sell me the ends of the logs and stuff, you know, just the hardwoods and the, you know, the soft hardwoods, the poplars and all that, for by the ton. And he was on like $15 a ton for these. And I looked at them, they're like 4 foot long, you know, in a, you know, about this big round. Perfect for firewood. I just cut them in half, maybe once or twice, 2 or 3 cuts, and bring a tractor trailer load of that, and we'll be good all winter long. I could probably heat the greenhouse. I could heat our house, and super blessings.
We'll really be able to save up to get that chainsaw.
Yeah, we need a new chainsaw. We want to get a steel.
But he's I want to get me a 12-inch chainsaw. Y'all, I'm serious.
No.
Well, there's some trees.
She'll cut down everything. Everything will be gone.
The other day, he came back behind the trailer, and there was a tree up against the trailer. What was it? It was a
Chinese privet.
It was a Chinese privet, but it was way above the trailer. And I was starting to cut it down limb by limb. I wasn't going to cut the trunk of it. And then Pawpaw shows up with his handsaw, the skill saw, and he starts chopping on it with a skill saw. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I wasn't going to cut it all the way down, but okay, cool. And so we start cutting it all the way down, and then I'm like, honey, I need the axe. And honey, where's my handsaw? Because, you know, I cut all kinds of trees down with my handsaw. I had a 12-inch, but my chain fell off, and my nephew put it on, and Daniel was like, well, don't you think if I wanted that chain on that chainsaw, I'd put it on there? So, needless to say, I haven't got my chain back on the chainsaw, so I used my handsaw. Yeah. Daniel came back there because he didn't have a clue why I needed my axe. He wasn't worried about my handsaw, but he saw the whole tree down, and he was like, "What did y'all do? Y'all took away all the shade." And I'm sitting here like, that thing shoots up so many baby privets, and there was vines growing all the way down it. It was an eyesore, and it was in my way.
But it was a lot of shade for.
But in the wintertime, they'll stay warmer. Why are you laughing at me?
Just, it's hot. We have days that are 80 degrees, in December here. So, but
Brenda Warner said, "You know where to get chips free. I'm going to call Aspen and see if they give when they cut trees." Yes, they will, if they're close by your area. How deep are you spreading the wood chips? LCJ Farms. It depends on how many we get. I want to put cardboard down, and then hopefully we can get some sawdust. If we can't, we can make do without it. But I like to get some sawdust, and then the wood chips, and then kind of layer some fertilizer like the composted chicken manure, or the dirt from our compost bin. So
I've been storing up the chicken manure. I know that sounds weird, but I've been storing it up for our Back to Eden garden, because chicken manure, you need to let it sit for a year. You know, it's very powerful stuff. So
Jaron Seal says, I thought 3 pickup loads of compost and wood chips would be enough just to make a garden in our front yard, and it only covered half the yard. Awesome point.
3 pickup loads. Okay, this would be like I don't even know how many pickup loads. Probably
I got it, Kitty.
50 pickup loads, maybe 75. They used to use these dump tractor trailers for coal, and you know, I have a friend that used to drive these coal trucks, and you know, they want to flip over real easy, but they get so heavy. But I don't think they will with these wood chips. Maybe with the firewood. I'm really looking forward to that. The firewood, you know, just having these pieces 4 foot long, you know, just right there, plop down right here. I'm gonna be in heaven with firewood this year.
We're running low on time, so have you ever tried fish emulsion?
Yeah,
what is that?
Fish emulsion. We have tilapia. Yeah, we use fish emulsion.
Oh, okay.
The fish waste. Yeah, we use fish emulsion. We get a lot from our aquaponics system, and directly water them with it. You know, so right on the ground around the plants. But yeah, anyway, there's somebody behind us, so we got to be careful about time. We got 7 minutes, y'all. Has anybody got any questions? Did we talk about everything?
Yes. And then I got a ton of more notes. These are just my notes that I've jotted up from you guys. So thank you so much, Kitty's Homestead, for gonna paste and send those to copy and paste and send them to me.
Yeah, the project is going just like it's such a blessing. We're gonna add on the addition and all that, talking about our addition and the greenhouse, and we're gonna do something different. I don't know if everybody realizes this, but I've never seen this before. You know, putting our house sticking into the greenhouse. I've seen earthships that have greenhouses in the front, but never a house sticking into a greenhouse. So
Doc, I want to try that. I want to do a chop and drop. I want to have a fruit forest, but at the same time, kind of have a back to Eden garden.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal for our 1 acre homestead. But right now, I'm just trying to concentrate on growing half of our 1 acre homestead. And once I get that down pat, see how our land's laid out. I'm gonna do this really fast. This is our cabin, greenhouse, and then big old garden. And then right here is all of our fruit trees. And then on the other side is the barn and the trailer. So, and our driveway kind of goes in the middle where all our fruit trees are. So yeah, that in the middle is where all our fruit trees are.
We have a bunch of grapes and blueberries and stuff that she's wanting to. When we're doing the renovations for the greenhouse this fall, they're all going in the ground. All our fruit trees, extra fruit trees. So we're going to be doing a chop and drop.
How's the webcam plans coming? CVAS.
The what?
Teresa Dean. I left our email in the link below. The webcam plan coming.
The webcam plan. I don't know, Seabass. We got a cord. Somebody donated a cord to us, Miss Kitty, and we got it run out there for the webcam. You know,
he
so
said the webcam for the greenhouse.
Yeah, so we just carry we actually borrowed a webcam. From our neighbor up there, we had one, but it requires it was a cheapie, and it requires a cord that you plug in for the sound. I could plug it up and not have any sound, but then that wouldn't do me no good for live show.
Look, y'all, he's sweating.
It's been a hot day.
This is so thin, I'm not sweating. My head's not even wet.
It's hot. It's been a hot day, and
We had to move a washer and a dryer for a friend, and then we had to move a whole living room suite for a friend. So
I
yeah.
know, and my back hurts. And it's I'm the only guy. Come on,
I'm the chick helping him move the washer and the dryer.
Yeah, so it's neither. She's strong. Don't get me wrong, she's strong and she's a big help. I don't know what I'd do without her, but
It was so funny. I don't have time to get in that story.
but we did a refrigerator just a few days ago, so
Yeah.
Don't you just love helping people move? You just love it. It fills your heart with such joy and happiness,
And it builds your muscles.
Yes, builds your muscles. Yes, but that's something that I had to work personally on today. I know we ain't got but 3 minutes, but I was feeling a little anxious because having to go again today.
Well, we had
again, but
we had plans. We had a schedule, and he had to break that schedule. But in order, we feel like we need to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. And I'm sorry, I kind of interrupted. And
didn't kind of interrupt.
we need to love our neighbors as ourselves, and we need to help them. Not to expect anything in return, but if we need help, say we're struggling with our chickens or the goat that we're about to get, we would, if we're struggling, we would want someone to help us. So
and y'all have been helping us, and I was so dead wrong for being upset for having to help somebody, today. That was my error, and I had to ask forgiveness, and I even asked this person forgiveness. I said I was resenting this, and I'm sorry. I was wrong. It's I shouldn't have had that attitude. So y'all are helping us.
He had a lot on his plate today. He really did.
Yeah, I had a full schedule, and then somebody tells me you can't do any of your schedule. You have to go do this. I'm like,
yeah. It's like putting a boy in timeout.
I know that I'm ready to play. I'm ready to do this edition. I'm ready to get to work. All right, we only got 1 minute, guys. Y'all go over to Carolina Preppers and y'all watch his. I think it's just a podcast. I'm not sure. It might be a video. You never know. All right, guys. We love you. I know everybody knows it by now. One Ove Ocha means I love you in Hebrew.
Bye, you two friends. Enjoyed to talk with y'all tonight.
See you Wednesday. Y'all be there early. Bring your coffee.